Hello everyone. Welcome to LOM Special Lecture Series featuring GUA SHA, Day 404. Modern medicine is a criterion for identifying diseases, that is, clinical symptom. A person will not be recorded as a patient for treatment unless the clinical symptom is shown. In fact, this is like mending the fold after the sheep is lost. And those people with potential health problems, if not in a state of attack, are still mistakenly regarded as being healthy. Many kinds of diseases with no symptoms in the early stage or in the latent period are easily overlooked, resulting in a delay of diagnosis and treatment. Once the clinical symptom crops up, the illness is already very serious. Therefore, early detection and diagnosis are very important for the prevention and treatment of diseases. Scraping therapy of Chinese medicine plays the role of diagnosis ahead of time. Scraping therapy applies an entirety view of the Chinese medicine, which is to say, the human body itself is an organic integrity. Before the occurrence of illness, any slight change in the body can be reflected at the place corresponding to the acupoint of a related meridian. Scraping therapy can get hold of the information of a certain illness before it takes place and can diagnose the area of the illness within the body before the testing of modern medicine finds any abnormality. That is to say, any slight change within the body will cause the obstruction in the circulation of vital energy and blood in related meridians and acupoints, as well as some corresponding areas of whether or not the patient can feel it and whether or not the result of biochemical or physical checkup is normal. So, these small changes in the body can be quickly detected via various abnormal reactions such as the appearance of SHA or positive reaction. According to the rules of these reactions, one can discover sub-health status in related meridians and organs, find out the clues hidden in the early stage of illness, and make diagnosis of the area of the coming illness ahead of time. In terms of the scraping therapy, the process of diagnosis is also the course of treatment. In the process of the scraper can observe the color and form of SHA and various abnormal reactions under the scraping plate to judge the patient's physical condition. The appearance of SHA and the stimulation by scraping at designated area can both play an obvious role in treatment. Therefore, the course of diagnosis is simultaneously the process of treatment. Diagnosis ahead of time through the scraping to predict illness can also offer direction for early stage treatment. SHA will appear at the corresponding area on the skin after the scraping is done. This SHA can be obviously different in shades of color, the form, the number, and the range. Different appearances of SHA reflect different physical status. Dispersed SHA. SHA dots can be light red or red, and that there may be SHA speckles without obvious protrusion. It indicates good health, and the SHA dots will disappear soon. Mild appearance of SHA. Appearance of one or a few light red or red SHA speckles of generally 1 to 2 centimeters in diameter without obvious protrusion. It indicates slight obstruction of microcirculation and the state of sub-health, but the patient cannot feel it. Moderate appearance of SHA. Appearance of a few purplish red or bluish SHA speckles of about 2 centimeters in diameter without obvious protrusion or with slight protrusion. It indicates medium obstruction of microcirculation of a quite long time and the situation of sub-health or illness, sometimes with symptoms. Severe appearance of SHA. Appearance of dark blue and bluish black SHA speckles of more than 2 2 centimeters in diameter in the form of lumps or blue veins with obvious protrusion. It indicates serious obstruction of microcirculation of a long time and bad health with obvious illness and related symptoms. In addition to different appearances of SHA after scraping, each person may have different manifestations in receiving the scraping. All this is closely associated with the length of time and the extent of its seriousness regarding the disorder of vital energy and blood in body parts. This can help us judge the state of patient's health and obtain information about certain illnesses. Muscle tension. We have tense and stiff muscle and loosened and flaccid muscle. Tense and stiff muscle indicates blockage of vital energy and blood circulation, deficiency of oxygen in meridians, tissues or organs with functions weakened. With excess syndrome, referring to a person whose body is intruded by exogenous pathogenic factors, resulting in the imbalance of functions of inner organs and accumulation of pathological substances within the body. Loosened and flaccid muscle indicates blockage of vital energy and blood circulation, deficiency of oxygen in meridians, tissues or organs with functions weakened. With deficiency syndrome, referring to a person with weakness of vital chi due to congenital deficiency or acquired malnutrition. Pain, we have aching pain, distending pain, and stabbing pain. Aching pain is due to deficiency of oxygen due to the blockage of vital energy and blood circulation in meridians, tissues, and organs. Distending pain indicates deficiency of oxygen due to the blockage of vital energy in meridians, tissues, and organs. Stabbing pain indicates that pathological changes are taking place due to long-term stasis of vital energy and blood in meridians, tissues, and organs, but without symptoms at present. Granular feeling. A feeling of granules without pain means pathological changes are taking place due to long-term stasis of vital energy and blood in meridians, tissues, and organs, but without symptoms at present. A feeling of granules when touched and with pain means there is deficiency of oxygen in meridians, tissues, or organs due to inflammation in certain areas of long-term stasis of vital energy and blood in meridians, tissues, and organs with slight symptoms at present. Nodules with pain means long-term stasis of vital energy and blood in meridians, tissues, and organs. The bigger and harder the nodules are, the more serious it is. There was inflammation in meridians, tissues, and organs, but without symptoms at present. Nodules without pain means long-term stasis of vital energy and blood in meridians, tissues, and organs with symptoms at present. Benefits. In addition to easing different symptoms by expelling toxin in the body, more importantly, scraping therapy can smooth main and collateral channels, the circulation of vital energy and blood, and adjust yin and yang of the body, enhancing immune functions of the body, and fundamentally preventing and curing illness. The benefits of scraping therapy are demonstrated in several aspects as follows. Relaxing tendons, invigorating the circulation of blood, and eliminating pain. The transport of vital energy and blood serves to nurture and warm up the human body. Scraping muscles and skin serves to disperse blood stasis and eliminate blockage. Smooth circulation of vital energy and blood throughout main and collateral channels all over the body can reduce or eliminate pain in related areas. Promoting the circulation of vital energy and blood. According to modern medicine, scraping can lead to blood congestion, expand capillary vessels, and speed up blood circulation in related areas. Stimulation from scraping can adjust the expansion and contraction of blood vessels, as well as the permeability of vascular walls through nerves and endocrines, as well as enhance blood supply in related areas to improve blood circulation all over the body. The process of bringing about SHA through scraping is actually a phenomenon marked by gradual expansion of blood vessels, followed by the breakage of capillary vessels, the overflow of blood, and the formation of speckles in related areas of the skin. Such blood clot, the SHA, will soon disappear to the point of self-hemolysis and form a new stimulin which can reinforce the metabolism in related areas and expel inflammation. Clearing inner heat for the tumescence. Physical pain is sometimes caused by swelling. There is such a principle in the treatment of Chinese medicine as expel heat to cure illness. Stimulation through scraping can bring inner heat out to be finally expelled. Elimination of accumulated heat and toxin inside the body serves to stop pain. Relaxing tendons and smoothing meridians. Related tissues will be on the alert when there is physical pain, featured by contraction, tension, spasm, and pain of muscles, which are natural and protective reactions of the human body. Without timely and thorough treatment, the affected tissues will result in adhesion and fibrosis, making spasm and pain worse. Scraping therapy is an effective way of eliminating pain, tension, and spasm of muscles. Its principle is marked by three aspects. First, scraping can reinforce vital energy and blood circulation and increase the temperature in related areas to ease spasm. Second, under the direct stimulation of the scraping plate, threshold of pain will be enhanced in related tissues. Third, muscles under tension or spasm will be relaxed due to scraping, eliminating such tension and spasm so as to remove the pain. Reinforcing the immunity regulation function to enhance body's disease resistance. One of the features of the scraping therapy is treatment of illness, in addition to building up the physique of healthy people. Building up physique actually refers to the reinforcement of vital qi, that is, the reinforcement of immunity, which enhances the body's ability to prevent and resist illness. Strengthening the body resistance to eliminate pathogenic factors. The areas being scraped will be marked by bruise and congestion with SHA, permeating the space between skin texture and subcutaneous flesh, and expelling the wind, cold, phlegm, dampness, blood stasis, heat, and pus in acupoints, and corresponding tissues and organs through the skin and hair, which helps to smooth main and collateral channels. Exogenous pathogenic factors would take advantage to intrude when the vital qi in the body is weakened. The techniques of supplying deficiency and expelling excess, that is, supply vital qi and expel malignant elements, are basic principles of treatment in Chinese medicine. Patients with excess syndrome should be applied with reducing method marked by larger force and quick speed in scraping. The patient with deficiency syndrome should be applied with reinforcing method marked by smaller force and slow speed in scraping. Promoting metabolism. Scraping the skin can reinforce the circulation of blood and lymph and fully nurture muscles and nerve endings so as to promote metabolism all over the body. Smooth metabolism serves to reduce the incidence of illness greatly. Stimulating nerve endings by scraping can reinforce the immune ability of cells and strengthen the body's defense ability. Getting rid of subhealth. The life of people in modern times is featured by quick rhythm, great pressure, and easy fatigability. Long-term pressure and fatigue are likely to result in a number of diseases. Frequent scraping serves to do away with fatigue, reinforce immune functions, and prevent pathological changes. Quickly cleaning the internal environment for anti-aging and beauty care. The process of scraping can speed up the backflow of blood and lymph, reinforce the function of phagocyte and the force of transport, expel waste and toxin in the body quickly, nurture tissues and cells so as to clean the internal environment of the body, purify blood, smooth the route of transmitting nutrients to the skin to resist aging and beautify skin. Cleaning the environment within the body and purifying blood. Decomposition, composition, absorption, and energy transformation require coordination of all inner organs and the entire body. The slowdown of this process will delay the discharge of metabolites through normal channels, resulting in toxin and affecting blood circulation. Scraping therapy serves to bring out the blood with toxin and make it seep from the capillary vessels with permeability disorder to stay between the skin and muscles, that is, the appearance of SHA. This helps the expulsion of toxin in the blood, invigorating blood, dispersing stasis, quickly improving microcirculation, purifying blood, and cleaning the environment within the body. Enabling the skin cells to obtain nutrients. The blockage of vital energy and blood in main and collateral channels also blocks the route for skin cells to obtain nutrients, leading to lack of nutrients in the skin, pale or yellowish face with a lack of glow, dryness, and wrinkles. The delay of expelling metabolites will result in such skin problems as darkness, speckles, and acne. Scraping therapy can expel blood with toxin out of blood vessels, promote blood circulation, smooth the route for skin cells to obtain nutrients, transport rich nutrients and oxygen continuously to skin tissues and cells, quickly ease the lack of oxygen in related areas, stimulate and reinforce the functions of skin cells. Adjusting the functions of inner organs and delaying the aging process. The first concern of people over aging lies in the skin. In fact, skin aging goes together with the aging of inner organs, except that we cannot see inner organs. Scraping therapy seems to improve the face, but it actually adjusts the functions of the inner organs. Normal functions of the inner organs in orderly operation can delay the aging process and make people enjoy prolonged health. Adjusting yin and yang to cure chronic diseases. In normal circumstances, human body is kept with relative balance between yin and yang. There will be such pathological changes as yin in excess leads to weakness of yang, and yang in excess leads to weakness of yin, when the balance between them is disrupted by outer or inner malignant elements. Consequently, there will be such clinical symptoms as inner heat caused by excessive yang and the inner cold caused by excessive yin. Adjusting yin and yang. The key of scraping therapy for healthcare lies in adjusting yin and yang according to the attributes of symptoms, turning the body into the status of yin and yang in equilibrium, and restoring normal physiological functions to cure illness. As proved by practice, scraping therapy can obviously adjust the functions of inner organs. For instance, for those suffering from intestinal hypermotility, scraping therapy can restrain their intestinal movement and bring their intestinal functions to normal via scraping their abdomen and back. For those suffering from intestinal hypofunction, scraping therapy can bring their intestinal movement to be normal. This shows that scraping therapy can improve and adjust the functions of inner organs and balance of yin and yang of inner organs. Scraping serves to adjust yin and yang in a bidirectional way. For instance, in terms of a person with unstable blood pressure, with related acupoints on his body and forelimbs scraped, the one of low blood pressure will have his blood pressure raised, while the one of high blood pressure will have his blood pressure reduced. Treating chronic diseases. Chronic diseases are marked by covert and slow incidence of illness, requiring a slow process for the cure. While expelling pathogenic evils, scraping therapy actually also serves to restore and reinforce the human functions. The application of conventional medical treatment together with scraping therapy can get twice the result with half of the effort. Long-term intake of medicine for some chronic diseases such as metabolic diseases like diabetes and digestive diseases like gastritis will do harm to health, while scraping therapy is very suitable. Points of attention. Despite simplicity, safety, and effectiveness, there are some points of attention for scraping therapy. For instance, it is not suitable for some cases to be dealt with by the scraping therapy, and that some abnormal situations will occur in the course of scraping. The health of the patient should be taken care of both in the course of and after scraping. Only by paying attention to details can the scraping therapy be made more effective and safer. Distension and pain in related areas. For some people, there might be swelling and burning sensation in the area scraped. If such symptoms do not disappear within 24 hours, or there is still obvious pain in the related areas 1 or 2 days after the scraping, it means that the time of scraping was too long or the scraping was too much. These symptoms generally will be eased and disappear very soon if the related area is applied with a hot compress 24 hours after scraping. Dizziness during scraping. It refers to the symptoms that the patient is featured by fatigue and dizziness, pale complexion, vomit, cold sweat, palpitation, and cold limbs. The reason for these symptoms are mostly due to nervousness, too many areas scraped, heavy force of the operator, empty stomach, or excessive fatigue. If there are signs of dizziness in the course of scraping, the scraping therapy should be stopped at once, and the patient should lie on his back, covered with kilt or clothes, and drink warm or sweet water. For the patient with strong reaction of dizziness, the corner of the scraping plate should be lightly pressed against his Renzong point or Du 26, and that his Bai Hui point and Yongchuan point should be scraped by reducing method. If the patient feels better, his Niguan point and Susanli point should be scraped continuously. The two following points should be paid attention to in order to prevent dizziness during the scraping therapy. The patient should avoid being on an empty stomach and excessive fatigue while receiving the scraping therapy. The operator should choose a comfortable body position of the patient and apply proper techniques, with a few but better areas to be scraped with an appropriate amount of time. Pay attention to avoiding wind and keeping warm when being scraped. In the course of the scraping therapy, the hair pores of the patient are open, a state invulnerable to the direct intrusion of malignant elements when it is windy and cold. This will not only affect the curative effect, but also lead to new illness. With the scraping done, the patient should cover the area scraped before going outdoors. If it is the face scraped, the patient is supposed to go outdoors 30 minutes after the scraping is over. Treatment is confined to only one kind of illness each time. The principle of treating only one kind of illness should be strictly followed, and that the time for the scraping should not be too long. The operator should not try to bring about SHA in large areas to avoid damaging the vital qi of the patient. When a number of meridians and acupoints need to be scraped, one can choose alternatively 3 to 4 acupoints each time. Do not insist on bringing about SHA. Whether or not there is the appearance of SHA in the course of the scraping, as long as hair pores on the skin are clearly visible, malignant elements can be discharged as a curative effect. SHA is apt to appear in cases with blood stasis, excess syndrome, or heat syndrome, whereas SHA is not apt to appear in cases with deficiency syndrome, cold syndrome, or for fat people and those who have taken hormone drugs. SHA is also not apt to appear under low room temperature. There will be a curative effect as long as the scraping methods and areas scraped are correct for those illnesses and areas even though SHA is not apt to appear. Insisting on pursuing the appearance of SHA or excessive scraping will not only exhaust vital qi, but also lead to soft tissue injury. Drink a cup of hot water after scraping. The appearance of sha and openness of hair pores in the course of scraping will lead to the expulsion of malignant elements while exhausting fluid within the body. Therefore, drinking a cup of hot water after the scraping can supplement water, promote metabolism, and speed up the expulsion of metabolized substances. Take bath 3 hours after scraping. The bath is to be taken with the hair pores closed after the scraping in order to prevent pathogenic wind cold from intruding the body. Generally, the patient is supposed to take a bath 3 hours after scraping. Taboos for the scraping therapy. It is not suitable to receive the scraping therapy in 7 cases, as follows. Weak and thin people whose skin is not elastic anymore. Areas with infectious skin diseases, skin ulcer, exudation from wound, and varicose veins of lower limbs. Women in menstruation. The abdomen, waist, and lumbosacral area of pregnant women. Other parts of their body should also be scraped cautiously or lightly. The eyes, lips, tongue, ear holes, nostrils, nipples, navel, vagina, penis, and anus are prohibited for scraping. Scraping can only be done 3 months after the recovery of such body parts as infected skin, areas with ulcers and scars, unknown lumps, malignant tumor, acutely damaged ligaments and tendons, new fractures, and the scars left over by surgical operation. People suffering from hemorrhagic diseases such as thrombocytopenia, leukemia, serious anemia, or hemophilia. People suffering from heart failure, renal failure, liver cirrhosis, ascites, and serious edema all over the body. Thank you very much for your attention.